Hi, Dr. D here. Welcome back and congratulations for taking the first step toward identifying and resolving your healthcare issues. Now, oftentimes I'm asked whether or not the matrix assessment profile identifies specific conditions or diagnoses disorders or diseases. And let me be very clear up front, it does not. This is not a test. This is an evaluation. And this evaluation is called the matrix assessment profile because we're assessing the human matrix, which is comprised of three basic components: the physical body, your biochemistry, and your psychological and emotional aspects. So in the reports that you're going to receive, you'll get a wide variety of information pertaining to specific things that you can do to contribute to your own well-being. You'll get specific recommendations created by me to tell you exactly what needs to happen in order for you to resolve the symptoms and the underlying condition that's causing those symptoms. And you're going to receive a wide variety of colored graphs, a bunch of numbers, colored bars, all with explanations that tell you exactly what they represent, exactly why they're happening, and exactly what you need to do to improve or resolve your healthcare situation. So with that being said, we want to move forward into talking about some of the specifics of the matrix assessment profile. How we arrive at that information, what we do with that information, and how that information translates into the condition you're experiencing, the condition that's causing the symptoms you're experiencing, and the solutions that are going to turn your symptoms into ultimate solutions specifically for you. Now let's talk a little more specifically about the condition that underlies the symptoms that you're experiencing, or the root cause of why you feel the way you do, and talk a little bit about what you can do to resolve that. Now, your condition is called a compromise in digestion. And what that means is not necessarily that you're experiencing a digestive problem, because there are really two general components to digestion. One of them is obviously digestive enzymes. But what a lot of people are unaware of, or may simply forget, or simply not have been exposed to before, is the concept of digestion originating in the mouth. So it has to do with how well you chew your food, how much saliva you produce, how much amylase enzyme you produce to initiate the digestive process. So when we have digestive difficulty or a problem with digestion, the possibilities as to why that condition exists may or may not be associated with any specific digestive symptoms. It may, in fact, be associated with symptoms that appear to be far removed from digestion, but in fact being caused by a compromise in digestion, which originates in the mouth, is continued down through the stomach, into the small intestine, involving things like the pancreas, the gallbladder, and the liver, and to some extent even some of the events that occur in the large intestine as the food particles move through the normal process of elimination. Now, one of the problems with a compromised digestive system, obviously, is that you don't get the benefit of access to the nutrients in the food. So that undigested food moves through the system more slowly, putrefies into an acidic waste product that has to be either stored or eliminated, and as it moves through the system more slowly, something else happens. The body does not get access to the nutrients in the undigested food. So, in many cases, what the body's first response is going to be is to increase its attempt to access those nutrients by increasing the fluid pressure in the small intestine as it emerges from the stomach. And as that fluid pressure is increased, the pores or the holes in the small intestine through which fully digested food particles are designed to be absorbed into the system and delivered to the cells, those pores begin to enlarge. And now, not only do you have these large, incompletely digested food particles moving into the circulatory system, but you've got other things that you don't want leaking back into the system that can compromise or trigger an immune response, such as an H. pylori virus or any contamination in the food, any of the troublesome things in many of the grocery store products that are on the inner aisles of the grocery store, any of the prepackaged foods, any of the heavy metals that from the medications that you might be on, all leaking back into the system, all having an effect in some way, shape, or form, depending on your individual situation. But the most important side effect of the undigested food being absorbed through these enlarged pores is the fact that now the immune system is looking at these undigested food particles, does not recognize them as anything that it's used to seeing because they're in a form that it's never seen before, triggers an immune response, triggers an allergic reaction, and you go to your doctor and you're told that you have a food allergy, when in reality you're allergic to an undigested food particle that's foreign to the body, so the immune system is doing what it's designed to do, react to this foreign substance, destroy it, and eliminate it from the body. But in the meantime, now you're left susceptible to a couple of other conditions, one called a leaky gut syndrome, because the pores in the small intestine are enlarged, food allergies as a result of the undigested food particles now being in circulation and identified as a foreign substance, and an overall digestive compromise, leaving you susceptible to another stress response because of a perceived threat of these foreign substances being in place, stress hormones being secreted, digestion, blood being diverted away from digestion in the presence of the stress hormones, and finally, nutrient deficiencies as a result of not having access to the nutrients in the food. So I hope this gives you a little clearer picture of why I considered the underlying cause of your condition to be related directly to digestion. And I hope that you'll take the opportunity to read through the rest of the information, look at the colored pages, and also take the opportunity to read through the recommendations that I provided for you. Because in addition to an evaluation summary that describes what the numbers mean, how they translate into the visuals that you're seeing, and the analysis chart along with the biological age, all fit together to form the net result of everything that you've experienced up to this point in your life, resulting in a condition involving the digestive system. And then finally, I hope you'll take a moment to look at the recommendations that I provided for you, because these were specifically designed for you, specifically extracted from the information concerning your evaluation results, in particular the results of the fluid analysis, in conjunction with the intake form and the information you provided me with concerning your symptoms and your history. And so together over the next 12 weeks, we should be able to arrive at a solution that will ultimately resolve and eliminate the symptoms associated with your condition, which is a problem with digestion.